Parker in motion on first down, opening possession of the afternoon. Larry Rountree, the senior, bottled up, driven backwards, and he'll go down. That's a loss of 4 on the play. Kobe Jones got there for the Dogs.
And that's really one of the characteristics of Jack Arnett's defense with Missouri State. There's a lot of moving parts on the line of scrimmage before the snap, and then they're slanting and they're stimming.
Nathaniel Watson replaces him on the field at that middle linebacker spot. Rountree to the edge. And a gain of 3, maybe 4, as we send you down to Don Davenport.
Yeah. Offense, the funk offense, because that really isn't a trick play. That's a staple of this style of play.
Beatty in motion, Rountree up the gut, and a big
physical downhill run game.
Through the A gap, crossing the 30. And a gain of 4 yards on first down for Mizzou. This drive began with a penalty. 6 in the box for the Bulldogs. They show pressure against the ground game as Rountree is escorted out of bounds. Beatty in motion on second down. Rountree, right tackle with his spin. Rountree keeps the legs churning, and that's a touchdown. How impressive is the senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, Larry Rountree?
Rountree is a tackle breaker. You see the power play, 2 offensive line pulling from left to right, leading the big running back that breaks a ton of tackles. And the more Rountree carries the football, Roy, the better he is. He's a workhorse running.
Inconsistent this season, to say the least.
Snap over the head of Bazelak. Rountree corrals it back at the 9-yard line. That's a loss of 16 yards for Mizzou on first down, and disaster striking again.
I didn't feel like that snap was all that bad. It seemed like Bazelak took his eye off it to some extent and actually wasn't ready for it. Bazelak is a 6'3" athlete.
It starts for Michael Maietti. Rountree will get it on second and a mile, and a big opening as a hard hit at the 22 will bring him down right there.
And how about that? I think this is where you have to see Bazelak's calm, cool, and collect. Bazelak right here.
After a gain of 14, the stop by Sean Preston. Here comes Mizzou on 3rd and long. 4-man pressure. Clean pocket for Bazelak. Slings one deep. Has a man open. That's Bannister, and he can't catch up to it.
Rountree, whether he's a pro or not, and I definitely think he is, because he's kind of an all-around guy. He takes care of the football when you let him carry it, so that's the big thing, especially at the next level. If you're going to carry the rock, you have to protect it, and he does that. He's a decent receiver, but he's a pounder with the football.
With Smith in motion, Rountree plunges ahead, crossing the 40. And he'll be stopped just short of the line to gain. That's a gain of... Tigers needed about a yard, and Rountree was bottled up. That's going to... Love the powder blue unis PB back here in Starkville. 4th down and 2 for Missouri. Off play action, Rountree wide open. It's going to be batted down, and a turnover on downs. Tyrus Wheat had a sack in the first quarter and a PBU there. That one was big.
Yeah, extremely well defended by Mississippi State, and really anticipated to some extent what's coming. And the premise is to fake it to Rountree. Have that, but right now that's not working. Allow your young quarterback to get to work a little bit.
Play action on first down. Bazelak off the back foot, floats it out of bounds. Kiki Chisholm, the intended target.
And run the run game in pass protection, but just not consistent at the wide receiver position.
Rountree to the edge. That's a first down. He just bursts out of there for a gain of 16 on 2nd and long.
And this is a great security blanket for Eli Drinkwitz when you can throw on first down and pick up the first down.
Back to the well once again. Rountree probing and lassoed down, crossing the 45.
Eli Drinkwitz told us that with this unorthodox approach that Mississippi State's let Rountree and Beatty kind of pick their spots, and that's what you're seeing so far in this drive.
The stop by Watson. That was a gain of 5. Second down. And Rountree this time stops short of the line to gain. It'll bring from the 27. Rountree to the edge. And leaps across the line of scrimmage. Gain of 5 on first down. As Emerson brought him down to the turf.
You get a little sense of who Eli Drinkwitz is as a play caller. He likes to take ahead of the chains once again that you see right here at 2nd and 5.
Lead blocked by Parker. Rountree to the edge. Tripped up after another first down. We do like the offensive philosophy in Como with Drinkwitz and his background going back to his days at Boise of tactical ideas on the offensive side of the football. Rountree bottled up, driven down. Bazelak 6 of 10, 51 yards. Rountree approaching the century mark in our first.
That can turn a little one into a big one in a hurry. They just don't have that right now.
Last tackle by Wheat. Long pass to Chisholm. That'll move.
Fourth quarter comeback to beat Arkansas 2 weeks ago.
And trailed by 2 scores in the fourth quarter before coming back.
The receiver that was already supposed to clear out fell at his feet, so awkward indeed.
Emmanuel Forbes, Mississippi State player that got a hand on it. Rountree bottled up, give him 3.
Nasty, and that's what we've seen out of Missouri's offense today.
And how about Nathaniel Watson? Just recorded his 8th tackle, replacing Errol Thompson, who was ejected, disqualified back in the first quarter for targeting. Dove. There was contact, no laundry on the field, and it'll be a 3 and out for the.
You see Tyler Beatty in the game.
Maybe the tunnel screen to number 1. Beatty in motion. Rountree inside give and tumbles down to the center. Intel and start scoring touchdowns.
That would be a good idea.
Rountree now at 100 yards. Chisholm in motion. Rountree straight ahead on 3rd down. Needed 3. Make it a 2-possession game. Dove in motion. Bazelak will roll out, throws low, pass is caught. Chisholm has it. 30.
You don't like throwing interceptions, but as a quarterback, I'm thinking I kind of threw that thing where I wanted to. But Bledsoe made a really good play.
And we've got rain on the way, but this one far from over as Rountree scampers out of bounds after a nice gain on first down.
Those 2 turnovers in the first half, Mississippi State scored 13 points. So right now you get that turnover not to.
Trailing by 23, running out of time in our fourth quarter. 4th and 7 for Mizzou. Time for Bazelak. Fires a pass. And
of keeping a fun atmosphere for these young men to play in, and I really like the way he tried to do that.
Hazelton was open for a minute. It'll bring up 4th down. For
these locations, you can be in the top 30 and
how about the effort?
Bottom of your conference.
Larry Rountree, a couple of spin moves. He hit the X button twice, and that's enough for the touchdown, his 2nd of the game. No give up at number 34 in all white tonight.
He's another guy that we wondered about before the game. You know, he's a senior, and this is a year. Yeah, a couple of spins. I've seen that on tape too, and he has a really good spin move. But he's a senior. Eligibility-wise, this year doesn't exist, so theoretically he could come back. I wouldn't anticipate that happening. Running backs only have so much tread on the tires, and he has the ability, I think, to leave now and go get paid. So that's probably what the people around him are advising him to do, but I think he's going to be a really good
under
pro.
further review, the ruling on the field was the runner scored a touchdown.
Indeed, it did look like he scored a touchdown. What are we missing, Philly?
I don't know if he may have had a knee down, perhaps, at that last possible plunge. One more look.
His 2nd spin move. Actually, did his knee go down on the first one? I don't think so.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah, no doubt. He kept the knees off, and it's anything except the foot in the hand. And he extended at the right time, and I think got the football across before anything else hit the ground.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Rountree, 23 carries, a $114, 2 scores.
I don't want to get picky because I'm kind of in the holiday mood and somewhat jolly tonight, but that should be a confirmed, right? I mean, what are we talking about? Things. But you can win in the margins to some extent. You don't have to be out recruiting Alabama, Georgia, Florida, because, and then you get Zach Arnett that Rocky Long had the same moniker, is an outside of the box thinker and unorthodox.